because today's call is going to be about how to bring out your authentic leadership, okay? Just to let you guys know, you're going to have a worksheet after today's call. I'm going to need you to give me like 3 minutes, okay, or maybe 5, because I'm going to make a couple of changes to be able to have you follow what we're doing today. So I don't want you to freak out like, oh my God, what is she talking about? Don't worry. We're going to give things to you, okay? But first and foremost, let me tell you the premise of this, okay? So although you might think that I'm a genius, nothing that I'm going to say has anything to do with me, okay? This is a book. It's called True North. There's actually 2 of them. And don't worry, we're going to send you the sheets that we're going to go over today. That I don't, well, actually, I don't know. Let me back up a little bit. I don't know if you guys know this, but every year between January and September, I teach a program at USC called the Multicultural Leadership Institute. And I teach the entrepreneur section. These women pay anywhere between $7,000 to $12,000 to participate in this program. And the program is all on the premise, write this down. Number 1, your business is inside of you. Okay, so it's on the premise that your business will not, hold on, your business will only grow as much as you grow. Your business, you are your, I'm trying to choose my words correctly, okay? I know that normally I don't hold myself back like this, but I want to be careful with what I say. You are the wheel and the brake of your business. I want you to sit with that in a second. We are the wheels, the gas pedal, and the brake of our business. So sometimes we don't know why we just go. Okay, we don't know why we put gas, we step on the gas and we go. And then sometimes we don't know why we put the brake on our car and we stop, meaning our business. So what has us do that? So this book, this field book, because there's also a book that you can read, it's not as interesting as this one, okay, is going to walk you through that. Okay, so I want you to stop and think for a second, okay? I want you to take a minute, and I'm literally mean like 30 minutes, 30 seconds to a minute. I want you to think of one thing, and I want you to grab, this is what I'm saying. This is not a call that you can be driving. Well, if you're driving, okay, but if you're sitting somewhere or you're somewhere, I don't care. Grab a napkin, grab an envelope, grab something. I want you to take 30 seconds, and I want you to think of one time in your life, I'm sure there's more than one time in your life that you've been really proud of, like a moment that you were like, man, like I did good, or man, I can't believe I accomplished that. Go ahead and take 30 seconds, okay? I'll give you mine. I have lots, as you do too. You should, okay? You do. But one of them, I would say, is the day that I got accepted, or not the day, but how I got accepted to USC. So I would put one of my proud moments is being accepted to USC. Okay, so you write one of many proud moments. Go. If it's taking you this long, we need to talk, okay? All right. So, okay, you could go ahead and stop, okay, if you're just one, okay, don't go crazy. All right, so here's the thing, okay? One of the things that I'm going to walk you through today, and I'm going to send this to you, is that who you are as a leader has a lot to do with your life story. Who you are as a leader in the world, how you move, what your passion is, what you go after, has a lot to do with your personal story. Now, what the hell are you talking about, Karla? So one of the things that all of us, from the day we were born, okay, this is my story. From the day we were born, we had moments. Don't worry, I'm going to send this to you. We had moments in our lives, times we went somewhere, okay? Things that we've done, moments in your life. And when you can take a moment, okay, to draw out your life story, your life, okay, you can start to see patterns. You can start to see why you chose the profession. For those of you who went to college, why you chose the college, the degree that you chose, why you have the job you have, how you lead, listen to what I'm going to say, how you lead your children, how you lead your children is how you lead your team. All of those things are all revolved around your life story. When you broke up, when you got divorced, those are called, those pivotal moments, write this down, are called crucibles. Crucibles, however you want to spell that, okay? Don't worry about it. Hard moments. Anytime we have had hard moments in our lives are the times that if we, most of us, I think all of us, if we made a change, the changes were made during those hard moments. The moment that you said enough, the moment you broke up, the moment that you got divorced, the moment that something happened at your job and you're like, no more, the moment you draw the line on the sand, those are called crucible moments. And those moments have you be the leader you are today. Okay? So why am I saying, and this is a deep conversation. I know I just went straight into it. Okay? Don't worry. It's all going to make sense in a second. Okay? But why am I bringing this up? Because all of you are here to build royalties. And some of you are having, I'm just going to say you because me too. Okay, some of us are having a hard time building a team. Some of us are having a hard time building relationships. Some of us are having a hard time attracting people to your team. Or maybe you attract them, but you push them away. Or maybe you don't even attract them. And when you do, you hold on to them to dear life. Like, nobody talk to my team. Nobody, just me. Nobody talk to them, right? The way you are, if you just stop for a second and you think like, why am I like this? Why am I this type of leader? 99% of the time, it has to do with your life story. Let me give you, I can see your faces like, what the hell is this today? Okay? This is pivotal. So let me explain my challenges, okay? So I'm going to go through my life story really quick, okay? So I was born, I won a beauty pageant, okay? I was the cutest baby in the school. My dad was like, ella es la más linda del mundo. My ego, my self-esteem, don't think that ego is a bad thing. It's when it's out of control, okay? But all of us need to have a good ego. My self-esteem through the roof, okay? So then we moved to the US, okay? I forgot my backpack. Listen to this. I forgot my backpack at school. And I remember my teacher yelling, like, you forgot your backpack. And I was like, I don't know what she's saying. I didn't speak English. And all the kids were like, your backpack. And they were yelling and yelling and yelling. Okay, I was in first grade, kindergarten, first grade. And they were yelling and yelling and yelling. And guess what happened? I was like, I don't understand. I went back and I said in Spanish, like, I don't understand. All the kids started laughing. So what happened? A 5-year-old or however old I was, Karla, decided, see, you don't do this consciously. You do this unconsciously. I decided to learn how to read. And I went up to the roof of my house and I had the Disney collection with the tape. We had tapes back then, and a book and the tape. And I would listen to the tapes and I taught, listen to the words I'm going to say. I taught myself how to read. I taught myself how to speak English. De allí, from this moment, Karla learned if I wanted anything to happen, I had to do it by myself. I didn't go to learn with the school. What did I do? I went up to the roof of my house and I taught myself how to read. Right there started the life of Karla Sandoval of doing everything alone. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but if you keep looking at all my life, okay? Now, as I was doing this, I didn't remember this, but as I was doing this, I'm like, wait a minute. And I don't know why that came to mind. The time that I taught myself how to read because they made fun of me for my backpack. So you have those moments, they're called crucibles. Those moments que te marcaron, that marked you. And right there, the Karla leader said, I got to do everything on my own. I don't need anybody. Now, I was 5. I didn't say this, but all my patterns of my life, anytime I've accomplished anything, okay, obviously I don't accomplish it by myself, but anytime I've accomplished anything, I've always felt I had to do it alone. If my team is on the call, they know this about me. They probably drives them crazy. We had to clean the facility. We had to get everything out. It was really hard for me to ask for help. So why am I like this? Because of these pivotal moments. Now, what the hell does that have to do with my business? Everything. Can you guys see? Type a I'm confused or I get it, Karla. Because, and it's okay, I don't get my feelings hurt, okay? But it's like those moments started getting me like, I got to do this on my own. Move out of the way. I don't need help. I will figure this out. Right? And because of that, that's the way I lead. Naturally, by default. My default is, oh, there we go. You're alive. Thank you. I was like, nobody's commenting. They're like, what the hell is this class? Or they're mesmerized, okay? But anyway, so I want to say that you're like dumbfounded, like, this is so weird, but it's not. So at that moment, you guys, this is my default. My default is alone, by myself. I got this. I don't need anybody. Now, is that true? No, it's not. And I know this consciously. But what drives me is that little 5-year-old Karla that taught herself how to read. Now, okay, so why is that important? Because a lot of the times, okay, I'm just gonna put myself on blast, okay, because it's okay. Like, this is what we're here for. A lot of times, what I don't realize is that what is my winning formula, okay, I'm gonna tell you what it is right now, is what serves me and also what handicaps me. I love this independent Karla. I love this woman that will get things done. I love her. But at the same time, this leader, this 5-year-old little girl, is what many times people are like, you know, and my team probably, if you guys are on here, tell me if I'm right, be like, yeah, that's how I feel. It's not like conscious, but this is why I sometimes have a hard time letting people in, letting people be part of my life, letting people feel, even on social media, letting people feel or see like that side of me. Okay. So sometimes, and I'm sure a lot of you guys, maybe if you've been around me, maybe you feel like I know her, pero like she's got like this wall, like I can't get in. Okay. Why? Because of all the times that I've been hurt. All the times that I've worked with people and they've done me wrong. All the time that I have lended a hand and they've taken my arm. All the times that I have felt that I give and people don't give back. So all those things have made me be a leader that's a little like, okay? And that's not fair because not everyone is like that. Not everyone is a taker. So I have been like holding myself back a lot of the times because of those things. So here we go. So why, okay, or talk shit, yeah, all those things, okay? So as I started to review this book yesterday, I was like, I forgot that this is how I am. I'm like, oh my God, Sandoval. Okay. So as I'm looking through this, okay, I hope typo 1 if you get it, typo 2 if you're so freaking confused, okay? I hope this is like me being vulnerable, like I'm really putting myself on blast here, okay? But that's okay. So as I was looking through this, I'm like, you know what? I love her and I need to know when to bring her out and I need to know when it's okay to let my guard down. When it's okay to ask for help. Like, look, the other day I was so proud of myself. I asked Naida and Julie, I was like, can you guys come and help me clean? Like that was like a 5-minute, come on, Karla, you can ask for help. I mean, maybe not that long, you know, but it's really, really hard for me. Like, no joke, it's hard. Like, no joke. Like, I'm like, no, it's okay, I got it. Because I have this thing, I don't want to bother people. I don't want to like inconvenience them. But yet I'm there for them, not just Naida and Julie, but like for people. I just, you know, and so where does this come from? All right, so I'm going to tell you. So as I was looking through this, okay, here's what you want to write down, okay? Write this down. When you're going through your story, I'm going to send you all of this, okay? For those of you who really go through this and you spend some time, you're going to start to discover why you are the way you are and why you lead the way you lead. So write this down. Context matters. Context, CONTEXT. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Context matters. Okay? Who you are, okay, and whom you plan on sharing this with greatly influences the story you tell about yourself. So if you share this, for example, if I share this with somebody that doesn't have any personal development, they're going to be like, yeah, girl, you can't trust nobody. Yeah, girl, people will screw you. Yeah, girl, that's, and because listen to what I'm going to say. Their world influences yours. Now, if I tell somebody else who has personal development, who has built a business, all this thing that I'm telling you, they would say, then Karla, you need to be a more aware leader. You need to be a more conscious leader. You need to have more emotional intelligence. And I would be like, what? See, these two people are going to guide me different. So I'm going to ask you this. Who is guiding you to become a better leader? Now, no offense to our family, but if who's guiding you is somebody who's never been a leader, who's never had a business, who's never done anything to improve their life, well, you got to think about that. They're going to be telling you based on their reality. But if you have somebody who has been leading, who's been creating, who, you know, and if you don't have one, YouTube. I've been listening to so much YouTube this last week. It's not even funny because I'm going through a lot of like emotion because we had to close our facility and I freeze my emotions to get things done. And then I'll like bawl for a day, right? So I'm getting close to the bawling part, okay? But so I've been listening to a lot of personal development because I don't need nobody to give me no pity party. I've been listening to YouTube that say how to overcome hard times, how to turn your life around. Like, I'm like, yes, this is something better is going to come. So who is guiding you? Okay. So as you're going through this, you need to start thinking about what changes you want to make based on what you discover. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but we're going to send you this and it's going to ask you questions. It's going to take you like maybe 20 minutes to do the whole thing, maybe 20, maybe less. Okay. But here's the deal. As you're going through this, you're going to start to discover, man, every time I win, this is what I do. So let me share with you my winning formula. You're welcome to write it down. everyone's different. But as I was doing this again, I was like, oh my God, this is what I do. Okay. So I'm going to share with you my winning formula. Number one, okay, I call on my 4Ds. Number one, my 4Ds. Okay. You're welcome to copy it if you don't have a winning formula, which you all do. Okay. But number one is every time I've pivoted my life and I was like, I need to make a change, it came from number one, desire. Okay. You guys are all leaders. I'm not going to go through this a lot. Like I had to have that burning desire, like, ya estuvo bien. Okay. Number one, desire. And number two, I made a decision, like an unwavering decision. Me, this is my formula. Like, me tomo una decisión, like, this is it. Like, that's what I'm going to do. And I just go tunnel vision. Okay. Number three. Okay. I have determination. Me de una vez ponerlas todas. Okay. Number three, I have determination. Like I'm like a stubborn freaking horse. All right. Why? Because life is going to hit you. As I was reading my stuff, I'm like, damn, you're a badass girl. Woo! Cuando te pones, te lo propones, girl. Like, that's what I was like, damn, what happened to her? Okay. She comes and goes. All right. She like comes and goes. But every time I've accomplished something, I've been determined, like terca porque terca. I don't give up. Okay. And number four, I have discipline. Like it's been like a time like look, I did a bikini competition, probably the most disciplined I've ever been in my life. 3 months. Normally it takes people 6 months to a year to do those competitions. Esta 3 months. I'm like, I got this. Two workouts a day for 2 hours each. Granted, I wasn't working. Don't ever do that, okay? But 2 hours a day in the morning, 2 hours a day at night. Todos los días. I would go on dates, bring out my chicken. The guy's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm a cheap date. Don't you worry. Look at the stupid words I used. But anyway, so, I had the most amazing discipline. When I was doing 15K cuts, amazing discipline. So every time I've won, those were the things that were like around me. Like I had the desire. I lived in my parents' house out of college. I'm like, oh, hell no. I got to get the hell out of here. Because I've been what? 5-year-old independent. You see how you are from the time you were little. So that was my first winning formula, 4Ds. Number two, and you're going to be shocked with this one based on what I just told you. Okay. I had a powerful community. I had a winning team. Okay. Every time I have accomplished anything big in my life. When I did my bikini competition, yes, I was doing it alone. But let me tell you something, and this is something that I really struggle with. Like, I have a really hard time with like girl relationships. Okay. Thank you, Raquel, if you're on the line. Oh, there she is. Right. Like I had this whole long conversation with her. Like she made me realize things. I was like, oh, it's not that I have trouble with girl relationships. It's just that like, I got these standards of relationships that it's kind of hard to like, so I have a girlfriend. Her name is Xochitl. These are the kinds of friends I have. And these are the kinds of friends I love that don't let me sell short. I have a winning team that is called They Got My Back. Okay. Not everybody's got your back. You just got to know that. Not everybody's authentic. And that's okay. No judgment. But my girlfriend, Xochitl, I know she's got my back just the way I got hers. So I would be like, during my bikini competition, I'm like, girl, I'm so hungry. Yo quiero comer. Traga agua. She would tell me, traga agua. I'm like, I want it. No. I'm like, girl, I want like dessert. She's like, you want dessert? Ahí te va. And she would go like this. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? She's like, catch it. Like, you're crazy. She's like, no, Karla. My winning team. Who's your winning team? Do you got people around you that give it to you straight? Now, not everybody can take it. I can take it. Actually, I appreciate it. To me, you're a true friend when you tell me the truth. And when you got my back, I got yours. Well, I always got, like, I finally learned that I can have people's back and they might not like me, but I still like them. They might not got my back, but I got theirs. I'm there for them, even though they might not be there for me. That's a personal choice. But some people, they're not like that. They're like conditional. Their relationships are conditional. Like, I like you today. I don't know. Like, like that's your thing. Maybe you should look at your story. Where's that coming from? Maybe you feel that people did you wrong and it's time to let it go. Because that's going to affect how you lead. It's going to affect how you lead a team. I had to learn to let it go. And number 3, it still creeps in from time to time, but I'm like, girl, Karla, no judgment, okay? Number 3 is I had a plan. What's your winning formula? Okay? You got to have a plan. Now, if you don't got a plan, you got to get together with somebody who has a plan. I say this very humbly, okay? And I hope they don't mind me saying this, okay? But for example, okay, like I know that it was Naida and Julie's hard work, dedication, determination, and desire that got them to qualify to meal team in such a short period of time that they've been in Herbalife. I know that, but I also know that it was thanks to my coaching, thanks to my experience that had them move that fast, that I pushed them. Sometimes that I know sometimes they don't like me. I'm okay with that. Because as a coach, you're not here to be always liked. You're here to guide people. Now, I do my best, okay? And that's all I can do. But, I know sometimes I would push them and they're like, I'm like, you got this. I'm right here at your corner. I'm right here at your corner. They can say, my team can say a lot of things about me, but the one thing they cannot say is that I haven't been there for them. Can your team say that about you? I am not perfect. I don't pretend to be. I got a lot of faults. But the one thing none of them can say is that I've not been at their corner. Can your team say that about you? And if they can't, we got to look at why not. And it's okay. But it's a time to explore. Why am I not at my team's corner? They're in there playing boxing, right? And the coach is there, like, move. It's breaking up a little bit. Okay, maybe because I'm saying things that, oh no, I got internet. Okay, right? Is that better, Carmen? It's, I'm right. The coach is right there in the corner. Like, move to the right, to the left. Okay, that's our job. And the player might be like, son of a gun, coach, I want now. No. One more round. I've been that coach for my team. They don't always like me. I'm okay with that. Okay? But the thing of the matter is, why did I become that kind of coach? When I was looking at my story, it's because I have surrounded myself with and Raquel the other day said it. If you guys don't know my dad is like that. He's unwavering. Es terco como una mula. Like, he is like stubborn as they come. And because I was raised like that, I've been like that. But guess what? And I'm going to end with this. I know I got one more minute. At the same time, in the last couple of years, okay, if you guys think I'm hardcore today, ask my team when I first started. I had like no mercy. You were late? Get out. I was really, really hard. And I had to learn, thanks to this curriculum, like, I don't want to be that kind of leader. And sometimes I'm like that, but I catch myself and I'm like, be kind, be nice, Karla, be understanding, stop. Well, I don't judge. That's one thing I don't do. I don't judge people. You do what you do you, okay? But I know sometimes, like, I'm like that. And so one of the role models that I had in my life was my mom. My mom was very giving. My mom was very loving. And I'm like, okay, I need to be like that. Like, I can't be all hardcore like my dad. I got to be more like that. So I'm going to end the call with this. What kind of leader are you? And I'm going to invite you. We're going to send you this first chapter. Okay, I'm going to invite you to look at where those moments came. Where did you learn to be so determined, Karla? Where did you learn to be so hard? And where can you learn to be more soft? Where can you learn to be more loving? Now I can safely say I can juggle both. You know, I can be like, I'll be like super intense and I'm like, okay, get it together, girl. And you know, and I can come back over here. But it's been a conscious effort. Okay? It's been a conscious effort. So he wants ice cream and he already had one. Toma, Sebastian. So he knows, see? So he knows I'm the soft one. See, perfect timing. It's like my husband's a disciplinary. Sebastian knows mommy will give him whatever he wants, right? But back in the day, that wasn't the case. So I hope you guys, you know, I hope that this brings some light and starts for you to think. Because what we're going to be doing for the next 4 weeks, okay? Give me one more minute. What we're going to be doing for the next 4 weeks is we're going to be taking us on a journey of how to have more emotional intelligence, meaning like how to have intelligence with your emotions. How are you the way you are? How can you pivot? This works? Great. I love this right now. But this right now doesn't work. Like, how do you know that? And why you are the way you are? Where did that come from? For you to get to know yourself better. Because the more you can understand, you'll be like, oh, that's what happened. That's what happened. And now, through that awareness, you have a choice. Through that awareness, you now have a choice. I love this hardcore Karla. I love her. She gets things done. She's like, bam, 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 bam. My girlfriends, my USC friends, my college friends, I bring her out. I'm like, bam, bam, choo, choo. And they're like, let's get shit done. Bah, 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 bah. And then some people are a little more slow. They don't want to get shit done. So I'm like, okay, we're just going to be cool over here. You want to live your life like that? Cool. No judgment. Pero that was not me a couple years ago. I'd be like, okay, yeah, you know what? No. I don't have time for this. Now I'm like, all right, cool. This is what she wants to do. Cool. Right? I still get a little impatient. Like, I see so much potential in you. But that's not my decision to make. And it's been a process. And it's been a lot of awareness. So what I'm going to do, okay, as soon as this call ends, I went over because y'all were late today, except for, you know, who's always on time is Natasha. Always. Don't think I don't notice, Natasha. Okay. I'm going to send you guys this chapter. Take the time, print it out, write it, and take the time to go back and look and be like, oh my God, this is how I became like this. Oh my God, this works. I like this, Karla, with these type of people. These type of people, they can't handle this, Karla. That's okay. It's called having emotional intelligence. I bring her out over here. I put her away over here. Okay? And it's not being fake. Actually, it's completely the contrary. The more you know about yourself, the more you know like how to play the game. That's a whole nother call. How to play the game. How to play the game of life. But anyway, this is a 30-minute call, but now we went over by 2 minutes. So I'm going to send this to you guys. I don't know if anybody has any questions on the chat. Nope. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, know that we're here for you. If you're like, I have no idea what the hell this call you just said. If it makes you a little uncomfortable, good. Because that means there's something inside of you that's uneasy. Like, oh, chingado. It's okay. Go through this book, chapter 1. Start going through it and know that we're here to support you. So I don't know, Carmen, if you want to say something before we end the call.
I would just recommend, I did this curriculum with Karla, and I would just really recommend, I would invite you to, once you discover like your story and you identify it, talk to an upline leader, like talk to someone about it so that you can, because you're gonna create even more awareness as you're talking yourself through the story. So I'm gonna invite you to do that. And like Karla said, like be careful who you share it with, right? Don't share it with the person who's gonna be like, no es cierto, like don't listen to that, right? Like be mindful and be aware of who you're sharing it with, so that they can provide you some light. So
I forgot that. So yeah, so you guys, this is a program. This is what I do on my USC program. And every time we write the story, it's one thing. But it's when you share it that it comes to life and you discover like See, I forgot about the whole book thing. But as I was reading the story to my friends, to my USC little group, one of the ladies goes, "Where did that start?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Where did all your independence start?" And I was like, "Oh my God." And like, boom, it took me back to that kindergarten Miss Smith. I even know her name. So it's so much power when you share this with somebody. And the other person, just tell them, just listen. And if you have any questions that will that will open things up, please ask me. But yeah, see, I share this with my mom. She would be like, "Oh, mija, pero you're perfect. Tú no tienes que cambiar." Like, no, like, Mom, I need to change. I need to become better, right? So, all right, guys. So with that said, get ready. I want to say, I'm going to bring Carmen on really quick. I want both of us to just wish everybody a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to actually invite you to do this. As you're sitting there with your family, number one, be grateful. Love them for who they are. Zero judgment. Okay? You don't want them to judge you. You don't judge them. Just enjoy their company. Okay? Maybe I'm saying that to myself because my dad's going to come tomorrow. And, because sometimes I'm like, "Hi, Dad." But I got to love him just the way he is, the way I want him to love me, just the way I am. Be grateful and appreciate them. That is my advice to you. And I know, Carmen, you want to say some words about that?
I just want to say, I shared this yesterday, but I'm super grateful for all of you. And I want you to take that in, because doing this business, especially this group, okay, I'm going to be really real. This business is going to challenge you in ways that you have no freaking idea. But how you transform and elevate in that process is just such a miracle. So I just want to say thank you, and please thank your family for letting us be that seed, or be that person in your life that can help guide. Because I think that, I'm so grateful, as Karla was talking, I'm like, how the hell are we friends? No, I know why, because I bring the calm side of her. But she brings the fire out of me. And I think that that's the power, and understanding the power of who you surround yourself with, right? And so I just want to say thank you for that. Thank you for being who you guys are, and thank you for the time. So really, like, be present with your family. And I'm going to challenge you too, is sometimes I think it's so easy for us to bicker or complain, but it takes so much more courage to tell each other why you appreciate and love each other, right? It takes so much more opening of your heart. So I'm going to invite you to do that tomorrow or Thursday. So love that, guys. Thank you very much.
All right, let me unmute the line so everybody could say good night. Hold on a second, or say happy Thanksgiving. All right, guys. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Presley.
Thank you.
Bye, Texas.
Bye, guys. Thank you.